Hello everyone, welcome to the final episode in this series. It's been crazy to go over all the albums from the past 2 years from my gap in time, but we're on the last video. Now, there's going to be a record missing in this video, mainly because at the time of the filming of this episode, I do not have that record in hand. So you're probably going to think, well, what happened? Well, I'll explain it when we get to that point. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and get into the ones that I have, and then I'll explain the one that I don't have and why it's not in this video. So if you've been watching this whole series, thank you so much. It's been great to be back. This is not the last video on the channel, of course. I have plenty of ideas in my head for other videos and other things I want to do, but I wanted to at least come back and show everything to catch y'all up, and then in the next year we're gonna go full steam into all the video ideas that I have. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with one that I've done a dedicated video on, and also there's gonna be another one that has a dedicated video on it by the time this gets out. But the first one is Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten. This was one that I didn't think was going to be on vinyl ever. And it's out. It's great. I've listened to it a couple times. It's fantastic. I've listened to this quite a lot, but it's on custom label. And I did the full unboxing of this, so it did come with the really nice inner booklet, 4-page booklet with that. But if you want to get a full detail on this, watch that video. But this is R&B, pop, early 2000s inspired fare. I love it, love it, love it. It's one of my favorite albums from that era. I'm glad to have that. If you remember last episode, I talked about some records that I picked up from the thrift store. So this is the, I'm making sure this is not a gatefold. This is the continuation and the wrap-up of those records that I happen to have gotten. The first is Dan Fogelberg, Windows and Walls. This is on the Full Moon Epic label. Singer-songwriter, kind of just more chill vibe music with what Dan Fogelberg brings to the table with music. Like I said in that last episode, I made sure to stream if I even had any minimal interest in it. I was like, yeah, I can take the vibes on this. Might not be something that I listen to every day, but just I can take the vibes, and I love the artwork on this too. One thing that some people I know talked about, but one thing that I know I haven't talked about is the art of the album art. Some are like, and then some are great. That's great. This one I'm like, on, but it was another one that I had streamed, and I was standing there, and I was like, okay. So this is another Dan Fogelberg, but this is also Dan Fogelberg and Tim Weisberg, twin sons of different mothers. This is on the Full Moon Epic label, and this one is 78, along with this one being 84. So this one's a little bit later. It's just the way I happen to grab them off the shelf. And that's just a reminder to me to put it back in the correct order. So this is a gatefold. So again, keeping up with those vibes, but you really hear the more collaborative effort on this album when it comes to the vibes that we're going with this. I love this right here. So it says, constitutes a collaboration, experimental in nature between Tim and myself. It's a attempt of both of us to move outside our recognizable boundaries and try new directions, new forms of music, which we rarely get to explore on our own. It's a chance to stretch and an opportunity to grow, and a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, it is fun. I always like when I hear artists experimenting out of their sphere. I love that. The next one is Phoebe Snow's Self-Titled. This is on the Shelter label. Really just soulful, just fun, just vibes. Vibes is the best way I could describe that. Just full-on vibes. For all these videos, I have left Spotify playlists in the description. Spotify playlist in the description below. But the last two are from pickups that I had gotten from that same thrift storage trip. This one is just out there. It's instrumental. It's out there. I think there is some singing on here. But this is James Vincent, Space Traveler, with the Outer Space Weird. This is on the Caribou Records label. And the back is just out there. It is completely out there. It is spacey, weird, instrumental. Like, I knew right away from the packaging and just listening to one of the songs that it was just going to be out there and really weird and fun. And glad I picked this one up. Everything that I picked up on that trip was in really, really, really good shape. And I'm glad that I did pick that up. And the last one I want to show for this whole series is a compilation album called Nashville City Limits. This is a Columbia Musical Treasury, as the label states. Let me go ahead and show you who is on this compilation. Make sure there's no... Oh, there is a semi-picture sleeve to show, but it just says Columbia Musical Treasures. This is on premium 12-inch long-playing record. So this is a little bit of an older comp, but glad to have it nonetheless. I will show you who is on there. And that's why I grabbed it. Mainly, I just love the artwork on this, even if it's just to hang the artwork. It's just awesome. But not familiar too much with some of these artists, but I was happy to grab it anyway, because I do like these compilations. It expands my music taste. Let's just pause it there so you can take a look at that. And again, I will put some music from all of these artists featured if I can. If they're on Spotify, I will be putting that in the description down below. Make sure. Is that a scratch? Nah, that's just a scratch on the packaging. Yeah, that's just a scratch on the packaging. Nope, I didn't scratch these records. I always take care of them. All right. So let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for checking out all of the videos in this series. I wasn't expecting them to go this long, but I didn't realize how many records I picked up in the last 2 years of my absence. So thank you so much for checking out all the episodes, or even just checking out one of my videos. It means a lot, and it means the world to me that you're taking time out of your day to watch these videos. I have loads of plans for upcoming videos. I know I was going to talk about my Disney trips. Still trying to figure out how to talk about those in depth with what ideas that I have. But at least for now, I'm going to focus on the music side of things. Again, thank you again for so much for watching. I can't say thank you enough. It means the world to me that you're taking time out of the day to watch these. Let me know down in the comments below if you've been listening to anything fun, or if you picked up anything fun. I'd love to hear from you. And as I say at the end of everything I'm in, when the waters get rough, please keep on sailing. And until the next video, take care.